Hey guys, how are you? Let me get this opened. Me- Okay, so hello Envy My 64 and Gandalf. How are you guys doing? See how many people join in today. Well, things are going, Gandalf. They're going slow, but they're going. Getting a glare, aren't I? Not wear the hat, maybe. I figured it's a good time of the day, I think, for people to come in. How you doing? Is it Rue Guerrero? I'm not sure how to pronounce your first name there. Yeah, I got some rehousings to do too. Yeah, I think it was giving me too much of a glare, too dark on my face with the cap on the other way. It's been a while since I've done anything live or videoing or anything really. Let's see what we got. Who we got coming in? Jeez, that dog is shedding that time of year. Yes, interesting things. Well, maybe not interesting. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't done much of anything. There's some reasons. We get more people in. Maybe I'll explain some of it, but how you doing, Tarantula Delights? Yeah, I'm at home. I mean, basically, where have I been? I should have probably worded that a little bit better than I did, but yeah, Costa Rica zebras are pretty cool. Do you want this, Beezer? You gotta say it. Tell me. All right, here. I actually don't have a Costa Rican zebra leg anymore. Oh, you got to keep me honest, I guess, huh? The big weekend this weekend, I guess they're in St. Louis, huh? So where is everybody from? I know Gandalf is you're in the UK, right? I'm sure I've asked you before, Tarantula Delights, but I can't remember. And Envy and Rue they're new. I've never seen them in the chat before, so I have a feeling I'll get a lot of, oh, Oakland, Portugal. I'd like to visit Portugal someday if I could get over my fear of flying over water. Pulcra pair for $350. Is that a good deal? How big are they? I mean, it's not a bad deal, but it's going to be how big the female is in comparison to the male. What does my hat look like? It's huge. Look at my hair. That's better, huh? Which ones? They both 5-inch? I'm not sure if that's a good price or not. I'm not really familiar with the European currency and how it translates to American currency. I know what for €30 for you would be much higher in American dollars for us, but I don't know what I'd want to go see in Portugal. I'd like to go to Lisbon. I just I like it was one of the countries that I liked when we studied world geography. Portugal always kind of um, interested me, like Bolivia in South America. Those two countries, some of the countries that really interested me. Of course, Egypt is real high on my uh, geography list of countries I'd love to be able to go to, but never will. Ooh, does he have sling from the pair, which would mean that the male's mature? At $350 isn't a bad price. It just depends on the male's going to be the kicker, because your female's going to be 250 to 300 itself. So if the male's the same size, and if this female's bred already, it's hard to really say. How you doing, Rach? Yeah, I decided to go live. Oh, so the male's mature already. I'd be a little leery then, because you don't want the female to molt before you pair again. So I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's a bad price. I would try it. I mean, if you have the money to do it and you're okay with it, then I don't see that being a bad price at all. Well, Sophie's here too. Yeah, well, as in, that's a big, broad subject, Rach, being well. Good evening, Deborah. Deborah or Debbie, whichever you prefer. How you doing, Bailey? Lay down. I don't know what really to talk about. I'd like to get like 10 or 12 people in here. Maybe we could do some promoting. Let everybody know that we're live here. Well, I'm kind of like I like proper names, so I'll probably say Deborah, just because I like saying. I mean, that's your probably birth name, so. And fidgety. I don't know what I'll talk about. It's hard to talk when there's only a handful of people, unless you guys ask me some questions. What are you apologizing for? Hey, will you let her out? Just leave the front door open. Oh, no, I mean like if somebody's name, like Deborah, her name is Deborah in the thing, so I would call her Deborah. Me, I don't know, because my dad's name's Dave too. Well, David too. So he's always been Dave. I've always been David. So do I have a PO box? No, I do not. I don't need a PO box. Somebody wants to send me something, you can send me a message and I'll give you my address. I don't really worry about. I probably should, but I really don't about people like some of the. I feel the females would have to really worry more than males do. Not that we wouldn't have to, but I do believe that you know I know a lot of the females have PO boxes that are on YouTube. Thank you, Rachel. Hello, Tarantula Dude. So yeah, we just have one from. Oh no, envy me. You have to be from the states too. 3.5 inch male and a 3 inch female Balfouri. Ooh, PMET. I think you could do better on the pair for the PMETs, but again, it's what you're willing to spend. And the 3.5 inch male, I guarantee, will mature in the next molt for the Balfouri. They mature right around the 4 inch mark, so you'll never get the female catch up. I mean, if you're just getting them to get them, that's if you're not going to breed them, that's not that big of a deal. Oh, that's okay, Rachel. I'm not going anywhere. Oh, that's kind of cool. She's going to be a star. Well, Balfour community, I think they're overrated, but I think everybody's got to try it once. It didn't work out for me, and just having a big tank with a bunch of spiders that I never saw was just, it wasn't fun for me. And then, of course, having two of them get eaten made it even worse. So, yeah, I'll never do that again. I have my one female, and when she matures, because she didn't in this last mold, when she matures, maybe I'll find a male and breed him. But he could probably feed that male once a month. No, the Balfouri, no way she'll catch up. There's, roughly about a year and a half to 2 years difference in maturity rate for a female and a male Balfouri. Yeah, I've thought about getting a trapdoor a couple times. I mean, I have the Ediothelum mira, so I mean, if you want to get a trapdoor that's a tarantula, get an Ediothelum mira. If you want to just get a trapdoor spider, then I'm not really sure which ones are good ones or not. I've looked at a couple, but I've never even, really gave it a ton of thought. Say, yeah, I'm going to get one. If I went to a show and one popped up there for a decent price, I probably would do it. But okay, I'll do that. I think the common name is blue-footed baboon. So you could probably punch that in and you'll be able to see it. They don't get very big. They're dwarves, so female's only like 2.5 inches, somewhere in that, maybe 3. I don't think they get any bigger than that. Let's get rid of all my Poecilotheria except for my Subpusca Highland. That's the only one I kept. I sent the other ones to my friend Amy. they just don't do it for me anymore. Like, when I first started, that was that one genus that you think once you get that you've made it in the hobby, and it's not that way. And I don't know. I'm not a big fan of huge arboreal tarantulas, so I'd rather have terrestrial or fossorial species. So yeah, the only one I'm keeping is her, and if I find a male, then we'll breed her. If not, it's not that big of a deal. But I probably won't get another one when she passes away. No, that just kills me when they do that. When they eat off camera after you've been filming. Oh, yeah, Rachel. Yeah, it's an old world species. So just look up blue-footed baboon. I have two. I have one in one of these softball containers, and the one's behind me. They're a lot of fun to watch because they'll build a trapdoor, but they also have like a tunnel with that trapdoor. So at least mine do. Both of them do. So you can kind of see where they're moving to get to. That you can just see the substrate kind of rise as it comes over to open up that door. They're fun. They're fun to watch. I'd say I'll do a video on them, but I probably won't. I have so much stuff. It's these last few weeks, last month and a half really has been really, really tough on me. I don't know why, to be honest with you. I have no idea why. I've like no desire to do videos. It's feeding. I'm almost at the point where I'm just feeding and taking pictures and not even videoing anything anymore because it's such a task. I'm so unorganized here. I have stuff coming in, and once everything comes in, and we go to this May show with my brother in Buffalo, this whole area's got to get revamped, looked at, figured out what I want to do because everything's chaos for me right now. It's just so hectic, and there's certain things and certain people in the hobby that have just I can't get away from them, and it's every time I see them, it like sucks the life out of me, and I don't know why. I don't know why. Oh no, these are pretty laid back, Rachel. That they're probably more laid back than a Darlingi, to be honest with you. You just don't see them as much as you would a Darlingi. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. I think I have a female. I don't know what the other one is. I never get a good molt out of either one of them. They keep them. They don't generally throw them out. When they do, it's just a jumbled up mess of nothing. So I've never really got a opportunity to sex either one of them. I can't get ventral pictures of them either unless I take them out and get them in a vial, and I just hate to do that. Yeah, wolf spiders are a lot of fun. I had a really, really cool one. Actually, I've had a couple here, things that we can find around here out in McCain or Erie, Pennsylvania, that area. I can't remember what they are, to be honest with you. One was a little bit greenish. It was really, really, it was one of my favorite spiders I've ever had. It was really, really cool. She didn't live very long, though. It was at the end of her life when we found her. Then we found one that laid an egg sac, and once the babies came out, I released her and the babies. I didn't want to keep them in here, so. I mean, it's not that I'm not. Well, no, I'm not motivated to do videos. It's. There's so much. I've been working a lot of hours, and there's been the stuff with the kids and um, trying to get everybody situated, and Alex off in college, and he's struggling a little bit pitching this year, and Haley's struggling a little bit hitting and softball. So you worry about them, and it's more important than some of this other stuff. And I look at the spiders. This is my OBT. She's out right now. Yeah, she's getting rehoused. Um, I sent some stuff out. I got some stuff in from Ray. I see Ray's in here right now. I did get three new things, and we had one spider die. My Psalmopaeus ecclesiasticus died. There's another one that molted. About a week later, I fed it, and 2 days later, I found it dead. So I don't know. I mean, I know they're not all supposed to make it. It's just disheartening, and there's just so much crap. That's really what it is. And there's crap, and there's people that I used to really like and I don't like anymore, and it's just like I can't get away from them. It's like every time I open something, they're there, and I don't know how to get rid of them. I mean, I can't block anybody because I'm an admin of a group. I just can't block people. Um, and I get away from their channels, and then they still get recommended for me to watch. Just, I don't know. Yeah, my LP just ate a huge dubia roach the other day. It was our first one since she molted. I was going to film it, but I had more fun just watching her than dragging out the camera and the light and all that other stuff. That's another problem, too, is just dragging everything out. And I think maybe if I get this area cleaned and organized again, maybe it'll be a little bit easier, but there's so much clutter right here right now. Yeah, they're doing okay, Ray, so far. One webbed a little bit, and the other two just kind of hang out. I put them in 50 dram vials, so about halfway full of substrate. I'll do a quick video on them, just to see, so you can see what they're set up in right now. But I'd do it here, but you really ain't gonna be able to see. Yeah, they're doing okay. I'm gonna try and feed them tomorrow. I'm hoping they can feed on small crickets. I don't have any pinheads, and I'm not getting fruit flies. So if they don't take them down right away, I'll just smush them and leave them in there. But when is the show tomorrow, Ray, or is the show today? I know that there was the TKC meetup and meet and greet, and the US FWS is supposed to be there. I don't even know what day the show is. The desire is still there, Transfer Delights, to make videos. It's still there. It's just, again, there's things that for some odd reason are bothering me more than I should let them bother me, and I can't figure out how to let that stuff go. I honestly, I don't I don't know. Oh, the Seriocosmus species, yeah, Rachel. They're Seriocosmus, so Bertae, um, Aurori, actually what it is. Elegans is probably the one that most people look for. I think, not sure if the Pereza Macelli has got a heart on it or not, but most of the Seriocosmus species do. Gandalf, they're doing okay. One of them molted. So we got one out of the four to molt. I put little tiny crickets in there, and they eat. I only seen one eat, and that was the one that I was worried about, which was number two. I was worried about that one, and that's the only one I've ever seen eat out of the four of them. But one did molt so far, so we got to get that one fed here pretty quick. One still likes to be damp. I don't know why, but it seems to prefer it. Yeah, the Ecclesiasticus was a freebie from Tom too. I hate when that happens. It's so far I think he sent me I think I've done like 3 or 4 orders with him. So every time he sends me freebies, every single freebie he sent me has not lived. I don't know why. Yeah, I think I have some 1/4 inch ones. So, and I have the tiny little red runner nymphs too. So there's some tiny ones of those. So I'll probably drag some of that stuff out here tomorrow. And I hate fruit flies. Rachel, I hate them. Oh, the meetup is tonight. Okay. Well, I hope you guys have fun, Rachel. Yeah, make sure you guys all get a nice big picture and send it to me. As many of the channels and friends. Yeah, I think it's really warm here today too. I don't know what it's like there in St. Louis, Ray, but it got like super warm here. Very, very humid too. I was outside at work today repairing some parking lot lights, changing some bulbs, and a couple lights burned their hot wire burned out. So I was messing around out there. It was really, really nice till you got in the shade. Once you got in the shade, then it was cold again. But yeah, you can catch them. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. You don't need anything big for them. Just a 50-gram bottle. The thing with jumping spiders, though, they're a little bit more. You need to pay attention to them a lot more than you do. They're like mantises. They need to be fed a lot more. They need to be watered a lot more. So jumping spiders like morning dew. So make sure in the morning time that there's some misting in there. They like to eat every day. So if you could feed them every day, they're going to prosper a lot better. Not that you need to, because they will skip a couple days here or there without too much problem, but you do need to pay attention to true spiders way more than you do tarantulas. Yeah. Well, we didn't have any ballasts. We had the circuit board, or the electronic circuit board ballasts, I guess you'd call them. I don't know. They're not really ballasts. They fire with those, and they're high pressure sodium. The Yeah, they'll eat fruit flies. They'll eat pretty much anything. They'll eat little roaches and little crickets too. But the zebra ones they don't get very, very big. I mean, they're pretty small. They're not like Phidippus regius, the bigger jumping spiders. The zebra ones kind of stay tiny. The oryx, which we have tons of here. The oryx can get decent size. Not like a regius, but they get twice as big as what the zebras do. Yeah, those will work. Little tiny red runners, they'll work. Yeah, and a jumping spider will take down something bigger than them too. So I just stay away from the worms with them. Don't give them worms. Yeah, I hope the show's good. I have Amy looking out for some stuff for me, Ray. She was looking out for some things for me at um, Tinley, but didn't find them. Yeah, it makes me worry that it's still skinny like that. Did it just eat that one time, or is it eating more? And so actually, the last time I did a video, I think I was still at 130 some tarantulas. Now I'm down to 116. I gave a handful of them to Peyton from Peyton's Tarantulas, because she lives here too. She kind of got away from some of the spiders, I guess. I didn't realize she did, but so I gave her some stuff to get her kick-started again, and some Asian stuff, not my Chilobrachys, but my Cereopagabus lividus and Hyaeus, the one that always wants to get away from me. Oh, I gave her one of my Semmelpaeus Armenias. I can't remember. Oh, my Cereopagabus albostriatus. Oh, I can't remember. I think there was like 5. Couple scorpions. I'm down to just having the 2 scorpions again, so. Yeah, you too, Ray. Have fun. Oh, I like Ben. Ben's a cool guy. Yeah, I wish that I was over there, because I would love to have that one. That thing with Chilobrachys, there's so many that are just species they're undescribed so far, that so many of them are probably the same thing, because they haven't sat down and studied them. So you may have a handful of them that are all discalus, and we just don't know it. They're way behind in the Asian species. Yeah, I have some stuff coming. I think I have 10 spiders at least coming this month. And that should be that'll probably be it for, unless something major happens, that'll be it for the year. I just I'll have another Homoioma chilensis coming. Ian, one of our admins of the tarantula community, found an ad on Craigslist. I think it was in Minnesota. A bunch of spiders. So he bought them all, and then Kelsey from the 8th page, she's one of our admins. She bought the Brachypelma homorii female, and then Ian bought me the Homoioma chilensis. It was only $20. I guess it's 2 inches, so I'm going to assume that it's probably a female, but I'm kind of excited to have another one. Yeah, well, no, there's not room there. It's because they're all down here, really. They're up here. They just need to go back up there. They're down for feeding. And the last handful of days been kind of cold at night, and that wall back there. I grabbed one of the enclosures the other day, and the enclosure was cold, and I didn't like that, so I moved all the slings away from that yesterday and left them up here to warm up some. But they're all fine. I know that's another one. Avicularia urinensis and my little tiny LP sling. I gave those ones to Peyton too. So I think I gave her like 7 or 8 spiders and the 2 scorpions, and then I gave my brother my one of my Pteranopelma sazames. So I got a new 8x8x12 Exoterra. That will be for her right there, the Simulpaeus victori. She's going to go in that. She finally ate after her molt. So we're going to get her in her forever home. I have some really, really cool things. I'm waiting for a background to come in. Chris, my brother, ordered that from Amazon. That should be in probably Monday. It's a 12x12, so I have to cut it down to 8x12. But I'm putting that on the back, and I have some other interesting things that are going to go in there. I bought just decor stuff, bag of Spanish moss, a couple, I don't know, it's Malaysian driftwood, I guess, Basani wood or something like that, a couple pieces of that, and I got this really, I'll show you, hold on, let me find it. Yeah, I'm making noise. Okay, so this is the piece of wood that'll go in the Simulpaeus victoris. It'll go side, diagonal across. So it'll attach to like the back, where the cork bark would be back here or back here, whichever way it works out. So that'll be the area for the climb. And then I got this. Well, I kind of thought this was cool because I had this, the hand coming out right here. So this is going to get glued back to the background, so it'll sit out like this. And then I'm going to make, I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to put some kind of water dish in here. So it'll be holding the water dish. But I don't want to just put like a plastic water dish. I got to design something so it looks natural. I just don't know how to do it yet. We'll probably just silicone the outside with brown silicone, and then put some Spanish moss around it or something around it, and then glue it in here. But I thought that was kind of cool because, you can spider come in the back or the bottom. So, again, this will get glued up halfway with that. And then this will be, coming out something like this. It'll sit something like this. I was just looking at stuff to get. I have so many open enclosures that I need to move spiders. So that's what I mean. It's so chaotic. Yeah, the OBT I want to move because I sent the Ornithoctidae species louse female. We did the auction with her. She sold for $400, which was kind of cool. And all that money went to the Tarantula Keepers Coalition. Actually, it was Jared that won her from Pulp Friction, but yeah, and that's money all going to stuff like the wolf spiders for Gar, whatever Gar Rees did, the wolf spider thing there in England. They sent some money for that, and they're doing the thing with the Sri Lankan Poecilotheria, trying to put money away for that. research center, and then blocking off. I think it's, I can't remember what the acreage is, how much they were going to set aside for uh, the peace-left area that are in that area. So yeah, that's why I did it. And the basketball container that had the ornithoctone in is what the OBT is going to go into. I want to be able to see her more. She's real dull right now, but she doesn't look like she's going to molt anytime soon. Matter of fact, she ate this morning, so yeah. Yeah, I hate when they web up the lid. That's the problem with OBTs, and when I do the video for them, I'll explain it more because if they, depending on how much substrate you have and what they have to hide in and where you made the burrow, if they use the burrow, a lot of them like to go in the corner of their enclosure. If it's especially if it's a square enclosure, they'll go in the corner. Hold on. All right, like you see here, she just went in the corner. Okay, now I pre-made a burrow in the front, so it was going down. She didn't like that, so she made this, and then this goes this way, and it stops this far. So in a deep enough enclosure, without any kind of stuff for them to climb on, or I mean, there's some wood in here, but anything to climb high, they will build an L-shaped burrow. That's their normal thing. Now in situ or in the wild, they will, they're obligate burrowers. They will find old burrows that have been used, but they like to go underneath like rocks or wood planks or anything like that. So they'll build a burrow underneath, and then they go straight down and they go up to an L shape. Why they do that, I'm not really sure. They generally do not have a second escape. I've not seen an OBT make a second, hatch like Darlingis do or some other fossorial species do, but they like that L. So, I always say if you want the web up, you don't put as much dirt in there and you put more surface decor, and then they'll start webbing. Once they start webbing, they'll always keep webbing. And when they web this part that they're happy with, they start going higher and webbing, and then they web the lid, and then you're always worried to take the lid off because you're worried that it's going to rattle the webbing in there and the spider's going to take off. But yeah, it's hard to stop them from doing it. It's just hard to stop them from doing it. Oh, what's hard to find, Rachel? Not sure what. Oh, the H. chilensis. I should have read farther down. That would have helped, huh? Yeah, the little ones need to be fed, and I was going to wait till tomorrow to do the pulchripes. I might try them today, but I want to move these guys in here. Now the insays I think are right here, or right. Oop, I can't. Right there. They're either these two or these two. And then you have, I think this is the Marshalli and that's the Darlingi, but maybe, yeah, I think the insays are right here. And I don't remember. Oh, one of these is. Don't remember. I don't remember what's in what anymore. I really honestly don't remember what they are. Oh, one's the Imira, and the other one is my Pteranachilus caudatus. So the caudatus is still small, so it'll stay in there. The ensays are going to stay in there, but the Marshalli and Darlingi are coming out of there. I think they're going to go. We're going to try them in these. Put them in these. This was the Armenia's enclosure that I gave to Baden. I was going to put them, into the softball enclosures, and I still might. I don't know. We have to decide. Hey, Paranormal, how are you? Yeah, H. chilensis, they're not easy to find. And you don't even want to know, Rachel, how much this guy was charging for this spider. You'll probably scream when you find out. I mean, Ian bought it for me as a gift, I had asked for it, when he said, "Does anybody want any of these?" Because he was going to buy certain ones, and I said, "Yeah, get me that H. chilensis." But yeah, you don't want to know how much it cost, because you'll scream. Um. Oh, the one that was have you been on since? No, she ate her egg sac 3 days before I was pulling it. Well, actually, within, let's see, from the 22nd day or 24th day to the 30th day, because I went to pull on the 31st day. But yeah, she's doing fine. She didn't lay another egg sac. She's just sitting there being herself. So we'll have to wait and try to pair her again. All right. Well, I'll be on for a little while, Rach. So if you want to pop back in later, I'll probably still be here. But I wasn't sure about going live today, being a Saturday, how busy people would be, and especially here. I mean, it's still early here. It's only 4 o'clock here, where it's 9 o'clock over there in the UK, and later, even farther east. Yeah, send me a message so I remember to send you the information for that Ethiothelomere. If you send it right now through that whatever app that is that we use, I can't remember, the WhatsApp. Yeah, WhatsApp. Just say, "Hey, old man, remember to send me a message or information," then I'll remember. Ah, that sucks. Yeah, she molted, and then the Nandu Colorado Velocis molted. So she molted out of her pairing. The Calcotes, it's been, oh no, gosh, it's been 2 years. Are we going on 2.5 years? Or maybe it's been 18 months. I think it's been 18 months. She hasn't laid anything yet, and I don't expect her to. The only one left that I have a chance with is my H. chilensis. If that pairing went good, she's actually going to get pulled down tonight and looked at. That's probably what we'll do. Again, depending on how I feel once we get done here, what I want to do. I'll probably just feed his little babies, and she actually said the exact thing I told her to. "Hey, old man, remember to send me the information." Um, I'd like to try rehouse the OBT, but I don't know that I have the energy to do that today, so we might wait till tomorrow. Especially I got to feed all these little ones, and I want to rehouse my. You can't think of Nathis Frankie too. It's in that 10 by 10 by 10. I think it's just too much for her. I have like some nice. That would be great for my um, for Myctopus cancerides. That would be kind of a cool enclosure for that. So we might move the cancerides into there. Maybe my Sericopalma species bouquet. I don't know. We'll move something in there. Move her into something smaller. Maybe she'll web more, because she didn't really web at all in that thing. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna have to do feeding, because I'm gonna make sure that these crickets that I got are all fed off. You guys, give me one quick second. I gotta go let the dog in. Oh man, walking back in here, realizing how much of a disaster this place is. Hey, Shani, how are you? Oh, I just went to let the dog back in the house. Maybe Appalachia's Campus That's another one I want to rehouse. I have a couple more of those. I can fit two more of these big ones up here, so I think it'll be her and not sure who else I'll move into the other one. I might wait a little while for the Brachypelma vagans female to get a little bit bigger, or I don't know. Excuse me. Yeah, this is how bad it's been. These two stickers. This is the Nandu Colorado Velocis. And this is the Brachypelma Bamey. Now, the Bamey's been in this enclosure up there for since I bought her last summer. And I never really made a label, but it's like, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago I made these labels and they're still not on the containers. I didn't really miss much of anything. Yeah, there's, to be honest with you, Gandalf, I don't think any men really desperately need to be rehoused. I mean, that OBT could live in that container that it's in for the rest of its life without any problem. But as much as I like those containers, I mean, they're opaque, but you can see through them real well, and you can get decent pictures if you put a light on top of it. I just want that big orange spider in something that's absolutely clear. And that E. Marinus that I have in that big critter keeper, I wished I wouldn't have put her in there because it's with all those slots. I need to start taping the slots off so that I can keep some humidity in there. Are they like round? I don't like round anything. I started out with a lot of those pretzel tubs and stuff like that. I used those. That was back when I was just really really getting into it heavy, and I wanted everything cheap and easy, and so I mean I like the pretzels, so I would eat the pretzels and then use the containers. But round just doesn't work for me. I mean you really can't stack them very well, but you can't stack those at all, and they take up they're that because they're round. There's like the whole corner of space that you're losing. That you could put a square enclosure, a rectangle enclosure, whatever it is inside of there, and yeah, I'd much rather have square enclosures. These round ones. I'm gonna have to get some. I mean, I have those snap top Sterilite containers from not Sterilite, but Mainstays from Walmart. That like the Armenia and the Cambridge are going to end up having to go into next molt. When those guys up there, they're going to have to get out of something, and I don't have enough room to put all these 8x12 or 8x8x12 exoterras, or I would. Yeah, definitely. I like square much better. And I did find out that my Homothemus, or Homothymus, whichever way you want to pronounce it, Shiati is a female. I did not realize. I knew they were sexually dimorphic, but I didn't realize they would be at that size. And there's no green in her at all. At this point, you would have that green from the male. So I'm kind of excited about that. Both the Mozambiques look like they're female, and two of the Tetes look like they're female too. That's kind of my luck. The way things. Where did that come from? I seem to do really well with African spiders being female.